Kidz Coding Academy is a place that provides kids with experience to learn coding and computer programming in general in fun and interactive ways. We offer programs for kids from 4 years old up to 13. And in the future, we plan to offer more classes for kids who are older than that. Currently, kids will learn several things in Kidz Coding Academy. Essentially, they will learn coding concepts such as events, loops, functions, and much more will be learned in our visual coding curriculum. These concepts will be learned by having kids interact with robots, different types of robots. Some have AI, others have color sensing, and many types of robots. Learning these concepts will actually improve kids' critical thinking, logical thinking, and computational thinking. Kids will also learn how to collaborate and how to be in a team environment where they have to work with different members of a team. And learning these skills are essential for them to excel in any future field they choose to pursue. What you're looking at here is the play area. So this is a place where kids can directly walk in and enjoy different sections with different robots in each section. So we have a sports area where kids will compete against each other in the sports activities. So right now people are playing basketball. In the future we'll have different types of sports activities. We also have a color coding section where we have a number of robots that can interact based on sequences of colors. So kids will learn basic concepts of computer programming such as sequences by playing with these robots. And finally, we have an exploration area where kids will play with AI robots that have an artificial intelligence and will interact with kids, will identify the kids and play with them several games with increasing difficulties.
Here at the Academy, we teach kids basic computer science skills using robotics. So basically, we want to make the complicated concepts of computer science a little bit easier for kids while using block-based programming instead of text-based coding. At the Academy, they gradually learn the basic concepts and then they escalate these concepts into more complicated concepts. We start with algorithms, sequences, and then we move on to loops, parameters, variables, and more. As you saw from the report, basically kids, they have fun and they play while they learn. The entire concept of Kidz Coding Academy is to bring coding or coding concepts or computer science concepts into the play. So while playing, they will enjoy their time and learn new computer science concepts. Here at the Academy also we have the play area, which is completely separate from the Academy or the classes. At the play area, kids will enjoy their time with playing with robots which are already pre-programmed. Some of them, they have artificial intelligence. They play games against kids. Others, they're already programmed to play sports. And we have the area of color coding where kids code the robots purely using colors without the use of the iPad. So these robots have these sensors where they respond to colors and sequences of colors.
Well, that report looked amazing. We're taking a look there at the Kidz Coding Academy. You see the kids were really excited and into it, and our guest was there along with his, he just told me his twin brother there. They were talking to the kids and very enthusiastically, and everyone was so excited and into it. And our guest right now, we have with us Ali Dashti, and Ali is the co-founder of Kidz Coding Academy. Ali, welcome to our program, Hala Kuwait.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
We were just taking a look at the academy there. It was really looked very nice there. Everyone having a nice time, enjoying themselves, and and learning, and we'll get into the academy very shortly. But first off, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, basically, my name is Ali Dashti. I graduated from the US back in 2004, getting a degree in computer engineering with a minor degree in computer science. I then moved to the UK in London, Kidz College, got my master's degree in mobile and telecommunications. Then I came back to Kuwait and I started working in a private sector in one of the major telecom providers here.
Okay.
And I still am.
Okay, we still are, and you have another, this is a great project that you have. Tell us about this project. When did you start this project?
Yeah, so basically the idea came about around a year ago. So we started the idea and we had a lot of brainstorming to that idea. It evolved from its original idea to what we have now. We officially were founded 6 months ago and we opened officially the Promenade Mall 3 weeks ago, or less than 3 weeks ago. So we're as fresh as 3 weeks.
Congratulations, you
Thank
just
you very
had
much.
your official opening. And how are things going? Going well?
Things are going very well, actually.
Alhamdulillah,
People are
that's
having
good.
fun. Kids are really enjoying and learning.
Kids
at
are
the same time.
learning and being
And parents are
productive.
very happy, yeah.
So tell us now about this project. I mean, what we saw what was taking place in the report, and you and your brother, I think, were talking a little. Tell us more in detail now. What is now coding, the Coding Academy? What are you teaching kids there?
So basically...
And is it both boys and girls?
Yes, both boys and girls at the same time. So basically, coding is as simple as giving some orders or instructions to a computer. So we want kids to interact with computers, not only computers, but also robots. So we want to really give the ability for kids or the experience to learn coding in fun and interactive ways, utilizing the robots that we have. Not necessarily you have to have an iPad. We have some color coding, as you saw from the report. People code robots with their colors. So they really get along with coding, and also they get less intimidated or less fearful when it comes to coding computers. And that's the idea. We want to defy some misconceptions about coding. So basically, this is it. Okay, and then we were talking earlier that the kids can register for a long period. Because you're located in one of the malls, the parents, while shopping, if they want to have their kids occupied, they can send them there for an hour for some training sessions. Tell us more about this whole process that you have. Yeah, so basically, accessibility is really important in this project. We really wanted coding or computer programming to be accessible to as many people as we want. So that was one of the main ideas, to open in a shopping mall. So kids or parents, they go to shopping malls, they go shopping, they go to restaurants, movies. So they can easily drop their kids. We have these walk-in sessions. So basically kids stay in for 1.5 hours. They enjoy playing with robots and programming them with the supervisors available there. So the idea is really making coding more accessible to kids. So all kinds of kids can learn from this? I mean, what do you have, age groups? You have things like for groups that are a little more advanced. Tell us about some of the longer training programs that you have also. Exactly. So the walk-in sessions, we take as young as 4-year-olds, and the academy or the summer camps or the training sessions, we take from 7 to 12. That's initially because we just started, but hopefully in the future we'll open the age group to a much larger audience. Okay. And now the summer academy. Was that like a daily thing where the parents bring the kids every other day? Yeah, it's actually every other 3 days a week. Okay. We just started this yesterday. So yesterday was our first day. How did the first day go? It was amazing, actually. Great. Yeah, kids really had a lot of fun in the course. That's good. It's really engaging. So they really see their applications on the robots. That's the idea. It's not just seeing something on the screen. You really apply what you learn on a robot, as you saw from the report. So what makes your project, let's say, different than other projects like this, or similar or something like that? Yeah, so basically one of the main things that sets it apart from other competition is we specifically target computer science or coding. We stay away from science, technology, engineering, math concepts. We're very much related to the concept of computer science. We have 17 years or more experience in that field, so we target this area specifically. Another thing which is also important is, as I mentioned, accessibility. We strategically opened in a shopping mall to make coding more accessible, as we just mentioned. So kids come in the mall, parents drop their kids, and they enjoy their time in the mall while kids are learning and playing at the same time. So, you know, with any project and a new endeavor, there's always some challenges that you must face. Tell us about some of those and how you and your brother and the rest of maybe
friends and how you overcame this challenges.
Yeah, so basically, definitely, in any project that you start, there are many, many challenges.
Sure.
When it comes to design, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to construction and contractors and the idea
whole
itself,
thing,
the
yeah.
whole thing is really, but when it comes to life, you really tend to forget about all of these challenges and you worry about the challenges that are lying ahead. So one of the more important things that we really want to focus on, or the challenges that we want to tackle, is to really make parents more educated about the computer science concepts. We want to make them less fearful, less intimidated. Some misconceptions about, for example, only geniuses learn coding, or girls are not allowed to learn coding, or boys are better than girls in learning coding.
Not true.
These are all misconceptions that we're trying to defy. Or you really need a long time to learn a programming language. These things we really need to defy. These are the main challenges that lie ahead.
And now, are girls interested to learn?
They're actually much more interested than boys.
Okay.
Surprisingly,
well
they're doing
too,
much.
huh?
Yeah, they're doing very well.
That's good to hear. Good to hear that everyone is learning, and the feedback from the parents, the kids after the first day. How's it been?
It's amazing. I mean, they're really positive feedback. We opened less than 3 weeks ago, but the parents are really loving the idea. They always say the one thing comes to my mind is that they say the idea is original. It's really nice, and the kids are really loving it. And we have some parents brought their kids more than 3 or 4 times, maybe in less than 3 weeks. So this is really good.
That's good.
And this positivity gives you energy to move on,
Yeah,
and
to
to
come up
adapt,
with
and
new
to do new things. Exactly.
Well, that's good to hear, and hopefully you'll expand to other
Definitely.
malls down the road, see how things go, Ali.
Hopefully. Thank
And
you.
and now, tell us, how did you get involved in this field? You've all 17 years experience. Is this something you liked when you were a youngster also?
Yeah, when I was young,
But at that time, wasn't really like this
exactly.
at all.
It wasn't at all. It was with Atari and
Yes,
these
those
gaming
kind of video
consoles.
games.
Yeah, this gets you into the mood of computers, and
Sure.
I mean that's the idea. Play gets you into the mood of learning and coding,
Yeah.
and that's what we're trying to adapt here. Play, and then code, and then learn. So this is exactly what we stand for.
Yeah, that's what kids need to learn,
Exactly.
is to have something that's exciting for them,
Exactly.
keeps their interest, and then they may take it the next step, correct?
Indeed.
Okay, now, Ali, what other advice or words of comments do you have for the audience watching out there who would like to know more about coding for their kids, or getting in this field, not even
Exactly.
just kids, like teenagers
Mm.
who may want to study this field but are a bit nervous?
Yeah, so first thing is always don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to make mistakes specifically. Coding, you make mistakes, you fix your mistakes, and you move on. So really, don't be fearful. Don't be intimidated by the word coding or computer programming. It is something very simple that can be learned in less than a month for some cases. And this is exactly what we're trying to deliver here.
And it's a nice field to study too.
Definitely.
A lot of job opportunities in this everywhere in the world.
Yeah, the future is automation, and artificial intelligence and machine learning. So these things will really take the jobs of a lot of current job vacancies. So automation will really be something in the future, and coding is really the basis of that.
Well, Ali, we wish you all the best of luck in your new project, and keep us updated, and make sure to come back and visit us in the future.
I will. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
Thank
We're speaking to Mr. Ali Dashti, the co-founder of Kidz Coding Academy, wishing him all the best of luck in his future endeavors.